Everyone, it's Charles Rose Jr. with Breakthrough Investor, where we help you break through that next level of investing. And with me today is none other than William Palmer, real estate investor coach and the amazing co host of Breakthrough Investor. William, what's up, man? How fantastic are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Charles. Once again, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to having a blast with you. Um, yeah, so I guess we're going to talk a little bit about the podcast, right? About kind of what we're shooting for and hoping to help people out with.
Man, yes, this is so exciting, man. Like I remember when Dustin brought up this idea. If y'all don't know who Dustin Heiner is, he is the founder of Master Passive Income, Successfully Unemployed, the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference, so many things, and he is a mentor and a friend and a brother in Christ to William and I.
Mm.
But when Dustin had brought up this idea of doing this, William and I were like, man, this is totally something that investors need. We know that as investors, we had to break through that next level over and over again. And so, hearing about that, we thought, why not do it? Why not create a podcast that focus on breaking through limitations, mindsets, and all these other things that investors go through to get to that next level. So I'm so excited that we're going to introduce this podcast and be able to just add value to audience from all over the world, man.
Absolutely. I mean, the kind of stuff we're going to get into is the kind of stuff that is going to propel you to the next level of investing, whatever level that may be. That's the hope, the intention of what we're trying to do. We're going to just go over we're trying to find the barriers that really hold everybody back from being able to get to the next level and try to make those a little bit easier to overcome, or maybe show you some tips and tricks of other investors and what they've done to overcome getting to the next level.
Absolutely, man. And man, William, and what I love too is Dustin's support. And as a matter
Oh
of
yeah,
fact, he's on here right there. He's
absolutely.
smiling behind the camera right there. He's listening. So Dustin is also with us today. So you're gonna hear from him.
What's up, guys?
Hey Dustin.
So super glad to be here with you guys, and this is so awesome to be able to have a show, a podcast where we are literally helping people break through barriers, breaking through things that are holding us back. Now, somebody could be trying to invest, breaking through where they can invest. Somebody could be already investing, but then they hit a ceiling. They might not be able to figure out how to get to scale their business. We're going to break through all these types of limitations, as well as actually show how to invest, because we're getting awesome people on the
Hmm.
show, and we've already done a number of recordings that are amazing. So everybody, as you're listening to this, so you specifically listen to this, you're going to be getting so much great information on how to invest, but then also the ideas and understanding of how to get past your own limitations. So this is so great. I think you guys are literally the best two people to run the and host the Breakthrough Investor podcast.
Oh,
Thanks,
thanks for
man.
saying that, Dustin.
Yes, man, that means a lot too. And Dustin, William, correct me if I'm wrong, but we are just so like super grateful. And I want to say that publicly that we're super grateful of everything you taught us. And what the thing about Dustin too is he love it when his students like become better than him in whatever area that
Oh
may
man, I
be.
do.
And so it's like, he sees something and teaches you to take it to the next level. And now William and I, we're able to do the same thing for
Hmm.
other students and other people. And so, and that's why, we want to focus this podcast, more for anyone can tap in and listen to it. First of all, I want to say that like we want to help as many people as possible. In fact, our goal at Master Passive Income is to help over 1 million people become successfully unemployed through investing. And so but specifically, like we want to help people get to that next level, right? And so this podcast is, if you're listening right now, you're on the right podcast. But we want to help you with personal growth. We want to help you overcome challenges and obstacles. If you're someone who want to grow personally and you want to overcome your obstacles, then this is definitely for you.
Hundred
Would you agree with
percent,
that, Will?
100%, and like some of the things that we'll go over is going to be like investing strategies, different ways, different types of investments, whether that's syndications, mobile home parks, or self storage, single family, Airbnbs, midterm rentals, things like that. We'll have people on that will give market analysis every once in a while, and then multifamily, just so many different topics, even land investing, which is a phenomenal one. But these are going to be there for you. They're tools for you guys to learn and start educating yourself, because to get to the next level, it really is going to begin a lot with education.
And on top of that, too, not just necessarily real estate investing, it's
Mm,
all types of investing. In fact, what I love is as you start investing, and my suggestion is figuring out what your number one way to invest is. Ours is residential. We love residential, but we also get into apartment complexes. We get into a lot of different types of investing in other businesses, but we want to be able to then become a breakthrough investor and grow even further to be more of an advanced investor. And limitations come on ourselves, like we put them on ourselves because we might not know what we're doing, or we might be concerned we might lose money, whatever it might be. But even if it could be stock markets, it could be investing in businesses, but we're investors. It could be even investing in your own self,
Mhm.
like making sure that you're investing in your health and your life, in your relationship with God. It could be that too. So it's all types of investing, not just necessarily real estate investing, but that's something that all three of us, Charles, William, and myself, we love real estate investing.
Mm.
So you'll get a good dose of real estate investing, but we'll also do lots and lots of other types of investing because we find you're investing in your life. That's really what it comes down to, is investing in your life, because more your life gets better, the better you can serve more people.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah. And, it's so cool. At Master Passive Income, like we have so many different resources to help people. We even have, the podcast that Dustin, has been doing, since 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dustin. So,
2017,
2017.
actually. So yeah, I didn't want to jump in there, but yeah, 2017. And looking back now, just seeing all the many students that came through the podcast, that's why it was a amazing opportunity now to have you guys have a podcast, because it's a great way to reach
Mm.
people, to help them to realize that they can do it. That's not that we can do it. We already know that we can do it, but now we want to help other people to do it as well.
Yeah, it's the
100%.
ability. It's the ability to really just be able to help people. And I'm sure you guys probably agree with me. Really, real estate or investing and moving forward, a lot of that becomes more of a networking thing, sharing it with people. If you don't tell people what you're trying to do, nobody's going to be able to help you because they won't even know how to help you.
And I completely agree. I love the idea that when you're investing, when you're buying real estate's not about properties. When you really think about it, you might be think, well, I'm buying a piece of property. Well, yeah, you absolutely are. But real estate's not about a property.
Mm.
It's about people. That's really what it comes down to. Business is not about a product. That's about people. Life is not just about experiences. It's all about people. So as we, as investors, really start to build out the idea that we're here to serve people in every way, that is really what's going to make everything so much better. And that's why we're here. The podcast is here, Breakthrough Investors, to serve people.
That is
Absolutely.
so true, Dustin. That's so true. And I'm just I'm thinking of like what William told me, like when you originally reached out to him. William, share that, man. Like William, like literally,
Yeah.
was like, I'm all in. And William is successfully unemployed. I'm gonna say it, William, because you are, but share some more about that, William.
Yeah,
And
it was kind of a crazy story. So all this conversation was going on between Dustin and Charles in the background, and then I think Dustin asked Charles if he wanted a co-host, and so they reached out. Dustin reached out to me, and I was pulling up to work with a family company, and he said, "Hey, we would like you to do this co-host thing for a podcast, but we're concerned that you don't have enough time." And I said, "Well, time has been the thing that I've been praying about, wanting more of, to do things that I maybe want to do that may not produce a lot of income or even any at all. But it's something that I felt like I was needing to do, and I was kind of being led that way." And he called me and he said that, and I said, "Well, I'm about to have a lot more time. Let me give my 2 weeks notice." And so I basically,
You literally, like in 2 seconds, like I said, hey, we're going to do a podcast
yeah,
and we're going to be investing, and like we're going to be moving forward. And literally, like the next line, I just put in my 2 weeks.
yeah,
I was like, this is
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
So
I thought that was so awesome, Dustin. When I found it, I was like, this is awesome. But the thing about it, William, isn't it a blessing that you're able to do these things because you started investing in
Mm.
your properties. I mean, you bought a mobile home park. You did so many awesome things, and you're coaching at Master Passive Income. So it's like, I mean, like
Well,
talk more about that, man. I think our listeners they want to know, a little bit more about that.
yeah. So, Dustin, correct me if you remember, but I think it was 2019 or so that I started listening to your podcast, and so I'm prior law
Yep.
enforcement, and during COVID, I wasn't allowed to do my job, mainly because they were worried about us getting sick because they didn't know how serious everything was, and so I realized I was listening to music for about 12 hours or so in my car because I wasn't allowed to do my job, and then I realized I wasn't learning anything. So I went to Spotify and just searched a real estate podcast, and Dustin's was the first one to come up. And I probably binged, I don't know, it had to be about 200 episodes at the time. And I realized I qualified to be a student and started out with that, and everything was basically history after that. So it's been a continuous uh, um, learning thing. And if my wife is here, you could ask her. But if I am not under contract looking for a house, it's driving me crazy.
I love it. And what's great too is both Charles and you, William, both of you guys started as students and not knowing how to invest, not even really just even sure that you can do it, become students at Master Passive Income. And then you got what noticed was number one, you guys were extremely passionate about your goals and striving to reach your goals. And you guys were also working on the reason why you are the breakthrough investor and the reason why you guys are great for it is because your mindset. You guys literally had to change your mindset. You guys actually had to grow in tremendous ways in order to actually be investing. But then you started investing, and then both of you guys started buying property after property after property. It was like, man, this is fantastic. And then I saw you guys really trying to help with the community. So you guys know, but the person listening doesn't know this, but we have a membership where we have students in from Master Passive Income. All the students, it's a big fun party, and we actually even created a conference called the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. On top of that, too,
Hey,
where we all get together once a year.
may I just add to that? Like Dustin says, a big party, and we call it a conference, but it's really a big party.
It really
but
is.
we teach a lot of cool stuff too, Dustin. Sorry to interrupt, Dustin, but I just want to throw it in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's something that I wanted was basically a party with all my friends and just invite other people. And so, but with that, you two have been so terrific at investing. And then I saw how genuine you guys are at helping people in the community, just answering their questions and say, hey, well, this worked for me. And William, you even started your own meetup in your area, like a physical meetup where people can meet
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And so I saw how much you guys love working with people. And it's like, you guys need to be a part of Master Passive Income.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I
mean,
mean, Charles's story is remarkable. I think. I mean, coming from another
Yes,
country.
we need to hear
Yeah,
that.
let's hear your story, Charles, and
Absolutely. Go
enough
ahead,
with
Charles.
me.
oh my goodness, why you had to put me on the spot, man? I was hoping.
Well, I mean,
by.
you have an absolutely remarkable story coming here from overseas, and well, it's not like Africa or anything, but like Bahamas, coming here from Bahamas. I don't want to give too much more, but like you're making it. Yeah, like, you're literally successfully employed. But anyways, Charles,
Yeah,
you got to
in
share
case
this
everybody
story.
doesn't know, when we're filming
Mhm.
this, he's sitting in the Dominican Republic, and I'm here in the snow. So
William, I tried not to mention that because I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, to rub it in a little bit. But yes, it's such a blessing. I came to the U.S. on a one-way airplane ticket to fulfill my dreams with no money. And to cut a long story short, I was able to finish up college and got to a point where I always wanted to be a real estate investor from I was younger. I've got a little bit too comfortable on the job, the just over broke, right? If you don't know what it is, it's pretty much they pay you just enough for you to stay, but never enough. But I got comfortable, but I reached a point where I was like, okay, I need to start investing. I need to take care of my family. I need to take things to the next level. And that's how I ran into Dustin Heiner. I actually found him not through the podcast initially, but through searching for an article online on how to invest in real estate. And I started like binging everything from there. But it's amazing, like Dustin mentioned, we look for properties all the time. But the cool thing about it is even when you reach that point where you don't know how you're going to make the next step, like for me, I remember like after buying my second property, I literally spent all the money I had.
Mm.
Maybe I had, I don't know, maybe $1,000 left in my emergency savings. And so for me, that was scary. And a part of that was breaking through the next level mentally and financially to figure out, okay, so how am I going to continue this journey? And one of the things that I was able to do it through was creative financing, and private money, and so many other things. And we're going to talk about those some more. So we're going to bring a lot of experts on, to teach you different strategies on how to break through to that next level. But some of the things that William and I are also going to teach you as well is some of the strategies that we've used to help us become successfully unemployed. And one of them is using creative financing and purchasing nothing down deals. And William's also going to talk about how to buy a mobile home park, right? I mean, some
Yeah.
really, really cool things we're going to bring to you on this show. So I'm like super excited. Yes, I am kind of comfortable here in the Dominican Republic. Like I'm not going to try to get too comfortable, because we need to do some work to bring you all some good content. But it's such a blessing that we're able to do this.
Absolutely. And I want to just get another shout out to Dustin about having us on. So happy to be doing this and being able to be a part of this. But I think Charles would agree. We're kind of doing this also out of selfishness, because we get to learn so much more because of the amount of people that we get to interview who are really successful in investing in stocks, in small business, and just being a breakthrough investor, whatever avenue it is that they ended up going. And so for us to come out and get to interview these people and just pick their brains, it's absolutely phenomenal, and it's going to help us grow, and it's going to help you guys grow too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to tag onto that too. And since I've been doing the podcast for so long, I've met so many amazing people, so many amazing real estate investors. Some that aren't so amazing, that they're like, okay, just don't really fit in, like maybe it's just me, my personality is just abrasive or something, that it just doesn't fit. But like 99% of the people that I meet podcasting are fantastic. They're phenomenal people. And with that, you learn so much. And I've learned in my real estate investing, and then getting to grow my network so that other people like you guys and our students and everybody listening to the podcast, like when we bring on somebody onto the show, reach out to them. They come on the show because they want to help. They want to be there for you. And so that's a huge, huge lesson that we have had to learn, is that like, it's so much better when we all help each other out. Like if we just try to get it just for ourselves, like I'm just going to try to make as much money and who cares about anybody else, man, it's just lonely. In fact, it's going to take so much longer, in my opinion. It's so much better when you have other people there with you.
I think Dustin, that's the difference between kind of what we're trying to do and maybe other podcasts, other investors. We're not just investing so that way we can have money. We're investing for the purpose of having, me personally, is for time. I have young kids, and we're going to homeschool, and we're going to raise them in the Christian way that I was raised, and I want to have more time. Growing up, my dad did not have a lot of time because there were 7 of us, and he had to go to work every day to make sure there was food on the table. Well, I'm trying to do this now, and I'm going to do this now, so that way I will be there for my kids much longer and have much more time with them. So the time and building that camaraderie with all my other fellow real estate investors is absolutely worth so much.
That's so true, and I'll be completely honest. Well, when I first started investing, I was doing it for the money. I wanted to make an extra.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
I think we all do, because we realize that money is the first thing in our lives that we need to have in order to achieve the other things like time and freedom and all that sort of stuff.
That's so true. Yeah, that is often the first thing that we do, but it's amazing. Dustin, what I was getting with that too is like, I wanted to make like an extra $1,000 a month to take care of my family.
Oh, you blew that away.
What's that? Yes,
you blew that away. That's for sure.
It's amazing. Yeah, I completely blew that away. And the cool thing about it is, when so as you start like using these strategies and making money, then people start asking you lots of questions. How do you do it, right? How did you do it? And that's one of the reasons why while we're doing these things, we're teaching these strategies. And, Dustin has so many resources through Master Passive Income, just because, people literally keep on asking, like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Right. And so, so the cool thing is, we'll get to package a lot of those things for you that we've learned and that all of our experts learned on this podcast. So this is literally, a free coaching for a lot of you, literally. I mean,
mini mastermind, really.
It really is that, William. And definitely check out Master Passive Income podcast too. But some of the I remember one, several students, or not, actually they weren't even students, they were just listening to the podcast, and because they listened to the podcast episode after episode, they were able to take action and close properties. And so we're going to give you literally give you everything. We have all of our strategies and everything on this podcast, and the people that we're bringing on too, they're all givers, right? So they give information as well. And then we're going to show you how to connect with us and them too, if you want to continue hanging out with us. And one of the cool ways, as Dustin mentioned, is to come to the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference as well in Phoenix, Arizona. So I just wanted to let you all know, to get a taste of what's to come. We're going to bring y'all some really solid content.
Absolutely. And for anybody, like when you think about meeting people that are like-minded, that are doing a same thing as you are, where you want to grow, you need to be around the right people. And same thing with the conference, listen to the podcast, going to meetups, like that's something you need to do, is be around people. And so for everybody, number one, if you want to actively start investing, we'll give you the free course. We want you to start investing in real estate. We want you to start getting off the couch and start moving forward. Like stop working for somebody else, that job, that just overbooked job. So you could text the word rental, RENTAL, rental to 33777. Rental to 33777. And we'll literally give you this investing course that it's for free, that people have literally invested and built businesses and made money from this course. So you can even go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course, masterpassiveincome/free course, and you'll find all these links in the description. And also, even guys, I want your audience, I want the Breakthrough Investor audience to come to the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. It's an annual conference. We'll be doing it every single year. And so if they use the promo code podcast, I'll give them 10% off their ticket, because they could come and hang out with us. And it's just so much fun walking down the halls and meeting people that say, hey, I listened to your podcast and I started investing just from your podcast. I'm like, this is so amazing. That's why we have the podcast.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know about you, Dustin, but when you get the guys that come in, or the guys and gals that come in and they say, I'm now completely financially independent just from listening to the podcast. They didn't even do the coaching. So if anybody thinks that you have to pay for the coaching to get the good stuff, there is good stuff all over Rubicon, all over these podcasts, and these people that we're going to be bringing on and interviewing. Just follow them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. Just if you start seeing
so totally. And like everybody, you're listening to this, I want you to subscribe to this. You're going to find so much. Like we're not going to bring on anybody who's not going to be a great fit for you as the listener. So subscribe to these, if you're going through Apple, Spotify, or whatever it might be, but subscribe. Then also, if you would love, we would love to, we love seeing the 5-star reviews. We want to see people get out and start investing. And so the more reviews we get, the more people are actually going to be wanting, hey, this might be a good show. But you guys are in fantastic hands with everything that Master Passive Income puts out. We have 2 podcasts now. We're looking to bring on more podcasts that have different niches or things that we talk about. But Breakthrough Investor is literally going to help everybody to break through to the next level in their investing. If it's getting started, getting from 1 to 10 properties, or even getting into storage units or mobile home parks, just like William.
Absolutely, man. Dustin, this is so excited. Like, man, I'm just super super about everything that's to come. And so, again, thank you so much, Dustin. Thank you, William. And you guys listen, really stay tuned. We're gonna bring you a lot of episodes. We're gonna drop them. We're gonna be dropping some hot topics. So we will see you all on the next episode.